Well, Northern Virginia just posted its strongest spring market it has seen in years. Guys, year over year, we had 11% more sales in the spring year over year. That's incredible. But here's the reality. We're also seeing a really strange slowdown right now in the early summer. So that's what we're going to talk about in the June housing market update. As you know, national news always talks about real estate, but we have to get hyper local, because if you live in the Northern Virginia and even the southern portions of Northern Virginia, the Fredericksburg area, you have to know what's going on here. You can't trust the headlines. Headlines are helpful to simply follow the market as a whole. But when it comes to making decisions, you need to know the local market. So let's jump in to the stats. Now, as we look at the very first, which is of course most important here, is supply. Supply and demand is what pushes the market. Well, supply, we are up almost 6% in inventory. Now, if you've been tracking, you know that I've literally said that every single month of this year. Every single month of this year, inventory has increased. It has not decreased yet. We are still on a slow and steady incline for inventory, and it went up 6%. That means buyers have more options to choose from. That's what that means. Now, guys, is this a buyer's market? Well, here's the reality. If you look down here at the stat, you'll see months of inventory. And while months of inventory did go up about 5.5%, it's still at 1.27 months of inventory. Statistically, that is a seller's market. Though, it doesn't feel like a seller's market right now. Buyers can get a little bit more of what they're asking. Now, can buyers get a lot off of asking price? No. Look down at the very bottom. Our list to close price is 100% this last month. And the month before it was 100.1. So the reality is sellers are still getting what they're asking, though there's more inventory for buyers to look at. And so that's helpful for buyers. Some sellers are having to contribute towards closing cost assistance. Why is that? Well, the average days on the market is a little higher. Look at the average days on the market. The median days on the market is 47 days. 47 days. So median is not average, right? Median is literally the middle price point of all homes on the market. That home, which typically should have the highest demand, is at 47 days on the market. The average days on the market right now is 22. So as you think about that, most homes are moving in this 22 to 47 days. And guys, that's a lot of time. Long gone are the days that the homes just fly off the market on the first weekend. Now, some do. If they're priced really well and they show extremely well and they have some wow factors, those sell. Though you have to kind of be prepared for what the market is. 22 days to 47 days, that is going to mean when you get an offer, you should be seeing something around 100% of what you're asking for, though you may have to contribute towards closing cost assistance. Now, every listing agent doesn't want the buyer to have to have closing cost assistance, and every buyer's agent wants the buyer to have closing cost assistance. So the reality is it's a conversation between buyer and seller. But what's going on in the market, though, is while it is a seller's market by statistics, it's not functionally a seller's market, because buyers have a little more time and buyers can possibly get a little bit of closing cost assistance in today's market. Now, when we look at average showings is down, guys, 18%. And so it's down at about 3 showings per week. That's in the market this last month. So The reason why I share that is because we have to kind of have proper expectations. There's not as many buyers in the market. And so every showing really matters to a seller. There's only 3 a week. And so if you look at that average days in the market hitting closer to that 22, well, what does that tell you? You should have 1 offer for every 9 showings that you have. That's what you should see. So this data actually helps you know how to maybe make adjustments to a pricing. If your home has been on the market 22 days and you don't have any offers, well, the question is why? If you don't have 9 showings, the price is off. If you do have 9 showings, but you don't have an offer, well, price is off. So that's all that means. And this is the data to support your decisions. Now, when we look at the average sales price, this is encouraging. This is super encouraging because it's not that the prices are going down. They've actually gone up 1.8%. Now, this is average price point in the area. And so Southern Northern Virginia, the average price point right now is $605,000. Now, for a lot of you that are buying, you're thinking, these prices just keep going up. And yes, they do. That's just what happens in real estate, okay? Now, are they skyrocketing? No, they're not. But they are going up. So if you are sitting on the couch saying, I'm just going to wait until the market goes down, I'm just going to say, stop that. No one has won that game yet in the last 5 years. The reality is the market is going up, appreciation happens. It's more of a balanced market though right now. So homes are not appreciating drastically. To be honest, I see more short sales right now than I have seen in years because people who bought a home 2 years ago, if they need to sell and they have to put a little money into the home, they often don't have enough equity to be able to fix up the house and pay closing costs, so they are underwater. That's happening more simply because appreciation hasn't grown fast, but it has grown. Homes are worth more than they were yesterday. And so get in the market if you're looking to buy. And if you're looking to sell, the reality is yes, your home will probably be worth a little bit more next year than it is right now. Now, how much? You and I don't know. Statistically, it should be about 4% every year. Though, what we also know is inventory is low. While there's not a whole lot of buyers, inventory is low. You have a better chance of selling your house at the price you want because the list to close price is 100%. So this is a good market for both buyer and seller. What's going to happen next year? Well, we don't know, but what could potentially happen? Well, what could potentially happen is yes, there's more inventory, but the interest rates are lower. When that happens, that seems great, right? Well, not necessarily, because that means more buyers to the market, more offers on homes, prices go up. That's the reality on some buyers buying. Now, for the seller, you might think, isn't that good for you? Well, it kind of depends. Are you buying another house? So if you are buying another house, then it may not be good for you because the reality is yeah, you made $10,000 more on the sale, but now it costs you $20,000 more to be able to go buy a house because you had to pay a little bit more for that home and the interest rate. So be careful with just trying to wait the market out to next year because this is a balanced market. It would be pretty risky if you just simply rolled the dice and thought you were going to win out big time next year if you sold or if you waited to buy. That's why this is a good market, it's a balanced market, nothing flashy about today's market at all, though it is a solid market. Now, one of those things is about interest rates. Now, if you've been following the market, you know that interest rates have actually lowered a little bit here at the end of May and the beginning of June. And that is encouraging, though it has not actually brought out a substantial amount of more buyers. So applications are actually down 2.5%. So mortgage applications are down, they're not up. And the interest rate went from 6.65 to 6.57. That's not a massive drop. It is helpful. It's going in the right direction. I think we can be encouraged about that. Though it wasn't big enough to get a lot of buyers who maybe have been on the fence to get off the fence to put their applications in. So what does all of this mean, guys? We have a softening market right now. That's all. We had a very good spring and a softening summer. So what do we project? Guys, this is how the market works. What do we project? We project a better July. That's what we project. A lot of folks are just kind of taking it easy right now. So this is a good time to get in the market to prepare if you're looking to buy, or to potentially prepare your home if you're looking to sell. So that's the market update. Be encouraged, follow along so that you know how to make wise decisions for homes that you sell or homes that you look to buy. Of course, Shawn, Derek, 1245 team, we are here for you. We want to serve you in any way. With a market analysis, you want to know the value of your home. You want to know what you need to do to prepare your home for sale. If you're looking to buy, you got to get the right lender right now. Let's see what your mortgage payment would actually be. Build a plan before you actually get out there. That's the best. All right, God bless. Have a wonderful summer.